Hi all, this is Chris, and today on Tatooine Sky, I'd like to share a little bit of a Star Wars accomplishment with you. Now, for some of you, this may not be a huge accomplishment, but for me, this is something I've been working for the last few years, and that is to collect all three hardback copies of the Han Solo adventure novels. These include the Han Solo at Star's End, Han Solo's Revenge, and Han Solo and the Lost Legacy. Now these were written by Brian DeLay and published in 1979. I think the last one might have been published in 1980. And essentially the story goes, Han Solo and Chewbacca are in the corporate sector, and the corporate sector is not really addressed in the original Star Wars films. And it dates about 2 years before Star Wars A New Hope occurred. These were not the first Star Wars novels, although they were pretty early. The first one, of course, was Star Wars, not titled here A New Hope, but written by George Lucas, and this actually was published in 1976, before the movie came out, so it was kind of a teaser to the movie. And also the next one was more of a expanded universe, probably the first expanded universe book, because it didn't deal with events in the film itself. And this is The Splinter of the Mind's Eye, which was published in 1978. Soon after the hardbacks came out, of course, came out the paperbacks, and I have this copy of Han Solo's Revenge in paperback. And but later, these individual paperbacks were grouped together in one novel, The Han Solo Adventures, and that's where that title came from. And so you would today you would go to bookstores and look for Han Solo Adventure novel, and these individual novels here would be actually stories in the larger novel book. Really, I was looking for the hardback copies for a couple of reasons. One, it's always great to get hardback copies of books that you love so much. And two, I just like how these books look. The artwork is so good. They're kind of small. They're actually a smaller size as a typical modern day novel or hardback novel. And I think they're they're less than about 200 pages. But the artwork on them is where you just can't beat the artwork. And the currently published Han Solo trilogy paperbacks, they usually show these little pictures in smaller scale, but not in their grandeur like you see here. And the earlier two books are about the same size. And so displaying them on a bookshelf, they really do look sharp together. Now, the original Han Solo Adventure book should not be confused with the A.C. Crispin books, Han Solo trilogies. I've misplaced my first book, so forgive me on that one. But these three books came out in about 1998, and these are really good books in themselves, and I highly recommend reading these along with, first, of course, the Han Solo Adventures. Now, the last book in the Crispin trilogy, Rebel Dawn, actually kind of parallels the events of the corporate sector in the original books, and you actually see similar themes between the two books. So there you go, my latest accomplishment, all three copies, hardback copies of the Han Solo Adventures. Now, this wasn't really meant to be a review of the books or kind of outlining the summary of the stories. Mainly, it's just kind of showing off my new books and the beautiful covers that you're seeing right now. I really do recommend that you get yourself a copy, even the modern day single novel, Han Solo Adventures, and read them. Han Solo is really written very well and is true to character when compared to the original trilogy movie. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.